What's up, family? Bet online is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports, contests, events with first to market odds and lines. Find reviews and news for every league from the MLB, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. Bet Online continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head to Bet Online today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50, BLEAV50, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts, who's a proud sponsor of the Bossman Show on your radio. All right, folks, back on the Boss Man Show here with Georgia State assistant coach Danny Peters. Played ball at Ohio State, coached in Arizona, Ball State now with Xavier, now with Georgia State in here in Atlanta. Danny, what's up, man? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Excited to be back in school and see our guys and be back here in Atlanta.
I hear that, Dan. Let me ask you this, man. See about the opportunity to come down here with Coach Jonas, man, and his vision for this program. I know you're coached together at Xavier last year, winning the NIT, man. So tell me about that experience with him and what decided to make you want to come down to the ATL and coach the Georgia State Panthers, knowing this is a high-power program that's a lot of tradition over the years.
First, you always want to work with good people, and I've been fortunate enough as a coach's son to be around college basketball my entire life. I think if you put me in a 9-to-5 job situation with weekends off, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. So, I've been fortunate to been around a lot of high quality people and high quality coaches, and instantly myself and Jonas, I remember my interview at Xavier, we got breakfast at this little spot near campus and we just clicked right away. And it's just been kind of easy moving since then. We worked really well together. We had a blast last year, even though it didn't work out with results until the end. And when he got this opportunity, for me, I felt like coming with a good friend and somebody that knew what they were doing, that I believed in, that knew me, that believed in me, was the first step. And then second, I've been all over the country. I've recruited nationally. I've never recruited this area, though, of the country. And I wanted to add that to kind of what I already had. And with Jonas's connections, I felt like it would be a good transition to kind of get myself in the door where he could help me meet those people as well.
No doubt, man. And I know you've probably been to the Peaks Jam and Lake Point, and I know you've been in probably for those things like that. But talk about this being in Atlanta for the last few months, meeting the people Jonas knows and seeing the vibe here with all the great talent we have right in our backyard here in Atlanta and in the state of Georgia all together.
Yep. I'd say one of the things that really stands out is the community, the basketball community, grassroots, whatever it may be. They want to help Georgia State, and it's not fluff. You get so like, yeah, I want to help you. It's not like that. Like they want to go above and beyond for Georgia State, and obviously with Jonas's history and upbringing in this area, they know he's one of them. They look out for each other. And they want to help him, because I think when they see him succeed, it's like a version of themselves almost. And it's pretty cool to see and be a part of.
No doubt, man. Let me ask you how's the food been here in Atlanta, man, since you've been here, man?
I'm not the guy to ask for that. I know what I only go to the same 3 places. I'm like a robot. I get the same order.
So once you find something you like, that's all you're going to go with.
Yeah, it's
you good.
I'm Chipotle. I know what I'm doing. Just give me the same thing. Yeah,
I feel that. Chipotle is a good spot, though. I like Chipotle.
Yeah.
Have you tried Taco Mac at least yet?
No, I have not. I've never even heard of it. I
Oh
stay in my
man,
bubble, man. I stay in
you
my
stay
bubble.
in your bubble.
When you come to campus, you can show me where that is, and we'll have a discussion about it. I'm not
I'll
sure
be
I'll
on
go
campus
there.
probably Thursday or Friday. I'm gonna come
Yeah,
Thursday or Friday because
we'll
I'm actually
talk
out of
about it.
town right now. I'm actually out of town, but as soon as I get back, I'll probably see you guys Thursday or Friday. I'm definitely had to
Great.
talk to you about Taco Mac off air for
I
sure,
love that.
man.
I love that.
Yes, indeed, man. So let me ask you this, man. For you, I know your dad was a coach, and you played colleges yourself. At what point did you decide as yourself say, I want to get into coaching as well? Because I know my dad's a coach too. I chose
Mhm.
radio over coaching, which he hates, but I
Yeah.
chose to do this over being a coach. So what for you? What kind of got you to want to be wanting to get into coaching?
When you're young and you're caught your dad, everyone, even for the most part, they want to be around their parents as much as they can. At that young age, you think they're superheroes. Before you become a teenager, I wanted to be around him, and that was the only way because he just had ridiculous hours. And so I just spent a lot of time in the gym, and then my vision of like my goals or where you saw yourself as an adult at certain ages or stages of your life always was kind of as a coach. And I played more because I was like kind of waiting to get into coaching. I wish I could go back now and flip it and just say like I enjoyed playing, but I viewed it more as a way to get into coaching than it was actually enjoying playing, even though I did enjoy it. So it's been going on a long time. I mean, junior high, middle school, even when I was in high school, I coached little teams or worked people out and did like skill development. So my days in teaching, so I really enjoy teaching, and I have goals outside of this to maybe be a college professor at some point in time. But it's always been there.
I hear that, man. Some excuse, Danny. So for you, um, for the fans who don't really understand what assistants do every day, what's like
Mm-hmm.
your role as an assistant coach? What goes into being an assistant coach? I know the head coach gets it's all the publicity, but what's an assistant coach's role like for fans who don't really know what you all do every day?
That's a good question. I get that a lot from my family. Like, what are you doing? You're not playing games, so like you have all day to yourself. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. Jonas gives us a lot of opportunity to develop and grow. So, it's recruiting. That's obviously the lifeblood of your program. You got to build connections. You got to meet people. You got to work on your relationships. You got to know who kids are that are younger in high school, and then keep your ear to the ground about what's going to happen in the portal with the way that recruiting's changed with that aspect of our profession. That's obviously number one. Number two, dealing with your guys. You got to have a relationship with them. You just don't walk out there at 9:30 in the morning for an hour and a half or 2 hours and talk to them on the floor and then act like they don't exist, or you just never reach out to them. You have to invest and get to know who they are as kids and people, and to try to figure out what their passions are, what their drivers are, and how you're going to help them every day on and off the court. So that's the other obviously very important. Then there's other things that go along with your program. You need scheduling games. You're trying to market your program. You're trying to figure out your style of play. So that on both sides of the ball, you're obviously preparing for whatever opponents you may face as well. So there's a lot that goes into it on a day-to-day basis. But I think those are probably the biggest of them all.
No doubt, man. And also fans, make sure stuff does not get to your boss. Handle some things on your
Yeah,
level. Does not get to
you got to
your
put out the
boss.
fire. You got to put out the fire.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, there's
Yeah.
some of this, Danny. Also, for you're not about the same age, but I played football, you played basketball. So for you, how was the game changed since you and I both was playing back into early mid 2000s? How's it changed for you?
Um, how has it changed? It is, I think when I was coming up, it was the physical end of the 80s, early 90s, mid 90s era of like just brutality, hard fouls. We always have these discussions, the barbershop talks about could he play in this era or not? Just like the way that impacted the game. And it was kind of transitioning its way out more as a prep player. That was the idea that, it was borderline combat on the floor at times. And then it transitioned into this ball screen, genre of everything. That was kind of like when I was in college. And now it's turned more into spacing and shooting. I think the threat of the 3-point line, and obviously Steph Curry, has changed basketball dramatically. I think the thumbprint, of the international game has impacted basketball just as much, if not more, in spacing and shooting as well. So I think that's kind of how it's grown over time. And you see it in different ways in college, especially as the shot clock has changed and the three-point line have moved back. And, you anticipate even more changes with that shot clock and three-point line that could make it even more different than what we're already doing. It's when you're playing for 35 seconds like we had when I was in school, you could run a little bit longer offense. And I was in the Big Ten. The Big Ten is very low scoring. It's half court. It's older players. When I got out of there, I went to the Pac-12, and that's like the most high tempo, high major conference in the country. There's one and done after one and done after one and done, and it's not that old of a league. The styles are completely different. And as you look around the country, each conference has their own little fingerprint on it as much as anything else. But that'd kind of be the long-winded answer to that one.
No, you're good, brother. Like I say, I feel like this, man. I miss my calling. The NFL went faster with receivers in the slot. And when I came out, it was still that they wanted those big outside guys. Wes Welker hadn't made his impact in the slot yet. So I feel like, man, if I was a little bit younger, I could.
Yeah. Wrong time, wrong place.
Yes, a little bit younger. I could have. I was a place for what I was as a receiver. But yeah, man, and I feel like you said, man, spacing's been. I feel like Mike D'Antoni in the NBA. He brought it to the NBA with being in Italy all those years. Spacing. I feel like Mike D'Antoni really changed basketball for the better, in my opinion, because it went from that whole just having two bigs down the block,
right.
space. So
hard to drive when there's two big guys down there.
Yes, see, the college games has this one little difference. I tell people all the time: you all can actually zone up. The NBA is it's kind of a quasi zone. You can be 3 seconds in the lane and get out, but you all can actually zone up. That's why I feel like some NBA guys who are coaches in college basketball, that throws them off because we can really zone up. You can't just in the NBA you got a lane, but in college ball you can really play a true zone without having to get a lane.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now, Danny, I was in your hometown last week, man. I was in Cincinnati.
So hold on now. I moved 11 times before I graduated high school. So you did some traveling if you hit all of those.
I hit one of them. Since Cincinnati, I was at the Western Substance Open up in Mason at Kings Island. So I saw the tennis tournament. So I was up there, man. So
great event.
I had a blast up there. After the place is packed. I mean, it was amazing to see that. So I was telling you, I enjoyed that. Now, are you a Bengals fan, or are you still a fan of somebody else?
This is really unique. My answer. I don't really watch football for that. I watch Red Zone on Sundays. I watch Hard Knocks. I watch Thursday night football, Monday night football. But really, what I watch is I like to watch the organization and the coaches and how people talk to each other in the huddle and how it goes. That's what I enjoy. I couldn't name, outside of Joe Burrow, I couldn't probably name many other guys on their team, but that's kind of what I enjoy watching NFL football.
NFL Red Zone is a great channel. I love that channel myself. Yeah. Yes.
If it was all year, it'd be awesome.
Yes, indeed.
The strategy, the game planning, that's what I like to see. And, when I was watching the Cardinals preseason game the other night, and they were trying to get somebody off sides, and it just to listen to the guys in the huddle just yelling and screaming. I think that just entertains me for some reason.
Now, Danny, I'm gonna tell you something. When you're watching the game, if you hear something like Rambo or Roscoe, that means go to the right. If you hear Larry or Lenny, that's to the left. If you hear a word like master, moon, that means middle, or opposite, or stay. Kill means you got two calls in the huddle. Kill the first one, go to the second one. So you hear those kind of code words you hear. Those was going on because
I wasn't much of an athlete at all, and then I didn't venture outside of one sport. So my food choices, basketball was the only choice. So if you told me what to do in football, I'd be like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Dan, if you come over and watch the game with me and my father is 82 years old. He has legal pads. He's still taking notes when he watches the game, asking me, what was that play? But Dad, I know the play, Dad. I know what was man us on combo coverage. He still does this to me to this day when I go watch games with him, man. It's crazy.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
sure it's a good
indeed.
experience for you too.
Yes, indeed. Now, I saw you was at Ball State. So did you cross paths with my good friend Matt Crenshaw, or did you not cross paths
He
with
uh
him?
he came in after me, but I do know Cran. I do.
Yeah,
He's
that's a cool dude, ain't he?
yeah, he's a good man.
Yes,
He's
indeed.
a good man.
And I Travis Steele. Um, he told me a story about Jonas falling asleep. Did that story about him when he was sleeping or something in the hotel? Can you give me some background about that
You
story?
know, man, that's between me and Jonas. I'm not gonna put that out there. That's if he wants to share it, you get him on the radio. He can tell his side of the story.
I
But
mean, it was funny.
that's between them.
Still said it on the air. It was funny. Still said it on the air. It was funny. Still said it on the air. It
No
was like,
filter. No filter. What says in the locker room stays in the locker room. That's kind of how you treat that one.
it was funny, man. Hey, Danny, man, it's fun chat with you, my brother. We do this
No
again real
problem.
soon. I'll be out there cheering for you guys. It's you. I tell Coach
Good.
Jonas and myself.
Thursday tacos. I'm not letting you down on that.
Thursday, hey, I'm coming back. I'll be back in Atlanta on Thursdays. I'm coming up to see you guys. As soon as I
Good.
get off the plane, man, I'm heading your guys' way. I'm gonna tell Chase and I'm gonna tell Sean that too. I'm on the way over there. Let me in the back door at the sports arena.
I love that. I love that. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, be safe, brother. Talk to you soon, man.
You too.
All right.
What's up, family? Bet Online is the fastest and easiest way to wager on all your favorite sports, contests, events with first to market odds and lines. Find reviews and news for every league from the MLB, NFL, NBA, NHL, combat sports, esports, and even golf. Bet Online continues to be the top online resource for all your sports information, from live in-game betting, props, and futures. Head to Bet Online today or use your mobile device to join today and make your first sports bet. Use our promo code BELIEVE50, BLEAV50, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts, who's a proud sponsor of the Bossman Show on your radio.